Last topic. The last topic allows to look into the future. Technological innovations already lead to a disruption of the status quo today, and these developments will be even more pronounced in the years to come. So we are Google Glass and Autonomy. How are our lives going to change? Team 5, let's hear what you have to say.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. I hope you're not disappointed. We pivoted a bit away from the VR thing and focused a bit more on future development and future technologies. So our main question was, how is our workplace going to change? And then we clustered this into 3 different areas, namely the interaction humans have with their systems. Secondly, the behavior. So how do systems behave, intelligent systems? And third of all, the resources. So the resources we're going to use to either develop new systems or keep them alive or build companies around them. So for the interaction, we saw the first issue, okay, how do we make AI understandable for a human being? There aren't a lot of people, so mainly only engineers, who understand what their code does. So whenever an accident happens, when another Tesla runs into, I don't know, a pile or does whatever it's not supposed to do, it would be great to understand why it did what it did. And even better if we can try to do that even before it does it. We know it's quite hard to build up a simulation to test all the variances or the results an AI can deliver. So we said, okay, when something happens that is not supposed to happen, the AI should provide some kind of explanation why it came to that result. So we can easily detect whose fault it was that it ended up in this situation. Second of all, how much of a human behavior would we allow a system to be? So in the behavior, how much emotion do we allow a system to have? Maybe some of you have seen the movie Her, where a man falls in love with his voice assistant. In this movie, it seems kind of strange, but it's actually true. If you look at the latest video of Boston Dynamics, you see a robot dog and people pushing it. And the first comment underneath the video is, oh, now I feel sorry for the dog. So people have emotions for a system. And it's not only a movie, it's real. So how much of a human behavior would we allow a machine to have that people can still distinguish between a human being and a machine and the intelligent system? So the companies are very good at making systems more human. That leads us to the second point, AI responsibility. So what do we even want to allow AI to decide on? So today, billions of euros are controlled by machines where humans don't interfere. We have algorithms that trade shares and trade companies. So would we allow an algorithm to buy a company, split it in half, maybe get rid of thousands of jobs and then sell it just to make a profit because it's logic? Would we allow that, or would we want it to happen? So for this, we don't even have an answer how we want to tackle this. It's more a question we have to ask ourselves. What do we want machines to decide on? How much impact is it allowed to have on everyday's life? Would we cap it at, okay, you're not allowed to trade more than 1 billion euros per machine, but even you can make a big impact with a smaller amount of money. So that's a question we want to give you guys. Take it with you. Maybe one of you has a solution. We didn't have the time to come up with something. And the last one, the resources we use. We often hear about, okay, yeah, AI and computers are taking over more and more jobs. But as we saw in the last three industrial revolutions, there's a whole new industry rising from it. So the question is, what kind of industry arises when machines can do everything better than humans do? We actually see it, what kind of new jobs come up from this. So even last week, there was a kind of a big press release that new companies in Silicon Valley, their only job is to take care of autonomous cars. So that means there are people sitting in front of computers watching autonomous cars drive, and whenever something happens, they jump in. So the AI developed a new industry within its first couple of years. And this is the same for voice assistant. So companies like Microsoft and Apple and Amazon, they hire psychologists to make their systems act more like a human being. So user research is becoming more and more important for intelligent systems, because intelligent systems, again, They want us to be more human, that we can interact with them easily. Thank you. That was our research on it. I hope you can ask all of us a couple of questions after the next talk.